Weed and whiskey.
I'm Rita Wicht. I'm a bartender at the Reef. I've been employed with them, not at the Reef, but in that restaurant group for about 12 years now. And we're talking about Silaspalooza. So Silas is, I got his little shirt on today. Silas is my 10-year-old boy who was diagnosed with brain cancer November of 2019. Ependymoma brain cancer, and it was really rough on the family, and we were in the hospital for about 5 months, and we met a lot of wonderful people and found a lot of resources out there while we were in the hospital we had no idea existed. And we wanted to give back now that he's doing so well. He's 2 years cancer free. Which is incredible. He's still struggling, he's still healing, but we want to give back to the community like people gave to us while we were in the hospital. So that's why we're putting this benefit together, this fundraiser together. So Silaspalooza is going to be at my work at the Sky Bar at the Reef. It's the 3rd floor. It's going to be on May 7th from 1 p.m. to 12 a.m. It's going to be an all-day festival. It's going to be great. We've got 8 bands. We've got Justin Simmons, River Mesa, and the Bootleggers. I think I'm saying that right. AM/FM, Cult Classic, Elton Barrett, Sweetie. I'm sorry, I have my notes here. Love Stories N, and None the Wiser, which is the band that I play in. So we've got this is first of all, it's a free event. I mean, you can come in, sit. I mean, obviously you got to pay for your food and your drinks. No outside drinks, no outside food. Children are allowed there until 9 p.m. But the music is completely free. We just ask that you donate to the cause, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we are doing some drink specials too. They're doing a rum punch cancer. That if you buy those, every drink sold is going to go towards the cause. And the Yingling flight selling for $1.50, and every Yingling flight sold is going to go to the cause. All the money they make off of that. And then they are selling tables, and they're going fast. I think there's only 6 left. They're $160, and it comes with a T-shirt, Silaspalooza T-shirt, a koozie, and wristbands that say Silaspalooza on it. And we are selling T-shirts, if you don't get a table, separately, along with the wristbands and the koozies. So we also have live painters that are going to be there. We have Andrew Switzer and Scattered Roots, or Nui. And they're also going to auction off their paintings. We're going to be doing an auction. So that's going to be throughout the day. We're going to stop in between bands and kind of pull tickets, and everybody's going to win some cool stuff. So, everybody's going to benefit, So try and stay all day if you can. It's going to be a long day, but try and stay. But if you don't, it's an all-day event. We're trying to make it to where, it's a rock show. So, maybe the softer, more acoustic music is playing kind of early, and then kind of later on in the day, it's probably going to progressively get heavier. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of headbanging, I hope. But the cause is great. So every dime is going to Hogs for a Cause, and Hogs for a Cause is based out of New Orleans, and they do their own music festival called the Hog Fest. They are the #1 pediatric brain tumor foundation in the nation, in the United States. And what they do is they have a home in New Orleans Children's Hospital, at New Orleans Children's Hospital campus, that we were able to stay in. And thank God for that, because we were there for so long and needed a place to go to. And they let families stay there for free, kind of like the Ronald McDonald House. They also give out grants to children battling brain cancer. And the home is not just specifically for children with brain cancer either. It's for kids with, that are, children in NICU, babies in NICU, other cancers out there. This is like a safe space for families to go to. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful home. It's like Chip and Joanna built it. It's gorgeous. It's soothing. But yeah, so we're just trying to donate money to these people and give back to the people that gave to us, and spread awareness, really. While we were in the hospital, we realized that brain cancer isn't as rare as they say it is. It's kind of scary how many children had it while we were in there. We're still getting it, every day. So we just want to, give back to these people and to these families, and let them know and spread the word, like, hey, there are people out there that are here to help you, and this fundraiser, is going to hopefully become bigger and bigger, and more people know about it, and families will know that it is a resource.
I'm Raelyn Nelson, and I have a band called the Raelyn Nelson Band, and I'm also a mom, and I teach yoga, and I have a podcast that I do with my guitar player called Music is Funny, and it's musicians talking to comedians about music and comedy. Yes, I have 3 children.
How old are they?
So my boys are twins, and they'll be 15 in a couple weeks, and my daughter is 12. So when I was born, my grandpa was already a famous rock star, so he's always been on the road working. And so when I would see him, it would be when he came through town, which I live in Nashville. The way my mom and dad met was my dad was on the bus with Papa Willie, his dad, and they were, touring and came through Nashville. My mom was one of those radio promo girls at the radio station, and my dad and mom met there and fell in love and got married the next year, and then had me a year after that, and then they got divorced a year after that. And my dad actually died in 91. He hasn't been around in a long time. So before the pandemic, and even now when we're on the road, but before the pandemic, we were listening to stand-up comedy on the road. We wouldn't listen to music. We would just turn on a podcast or special stand-up, And so then when the pandemic hit and we couldn't do anything, JB and I were thinking maybe we could get some of these comedians to talk to us, So we crashed my grandpa's museum in Nashville, set up a little studio, and reached out to Doug Stanhope was the first one I reached out to, and he got back and said he'd do it. So he's actually been on our podcast twice, and I'm hoping, I don't want to say too much, but he's awesome. So hopefully we'll be doing some stuff with him later on in the year. And we got Kathleen Madigan and Ryan Sickler, Carrot Top, Dane Cook. I'm missing some really cool ones. Nick DiPaolo lately, Dan Soder's coming out, John Reap. Am I missing cool one? I can't think of any more. There's 45 different episodes. So yeah, and it's what I love about our podcast is that you can listen to it at any time. It's not. We're asking them about their journey with music, right, and comedy. So you could listen to it 20 years from now, and it would still be interesting. Right. It's not, tell us what you think about what happened at the Oscars with Will Smith, Although we do kind of do that a little bit. But I just wait for a song to come to me. I write songs about things that are going on or something that's said or something I've seen on TV. So I just wait for songs to come to me, and then I'll get a little bit of it down and send JB a voice memo. And if I don't hear back from him, then I know it's stupid. But usually I get a response back, and he's like, yes, this is great. And, as you get more, send it to me. And if he has an idea, he'll throw it in. But so after I get the verse and the chorus and the verse down, kind of the bones of it, then the guys are totally there just to rock it up, It's all them, and they make me look pretty cool. So, yeah, JB and I write the songs together, but they come from something that's happened around me, It just depends on how much money, because it basically just costs a lot to take a band on the road. So that's really what it is. I'd go anywhere if they can cover the travel and pay the guys enough, But usually it's, being in Nashville, you're kind of south centrally located to where you can hit a lot of different places in a 200-mile radius. And Florida loves us. We go to Pittsburgh a lot. We'll be out in California a couple times this year. But that's expensive. It's so hard to get everyone out there. And to Texas, we've been to Texas, so, just because of my family out there. But everyone can find me on RaelynNelsonBand.com. Make sure you go to RaelynNelsonBand.com, because if you go to RaelynNelson.com, apparently it's an escort site. Yeah. I thought I owned it. I just found this out a few days ago on John Reap's podcast, because he's like, did you know that if you go to RaelynNelson.com that it's an escort site? I'm like, no. Or actually, you guys should go there and support them, because those ladies need some whatever you want to do. We have a single coming out soon, so be looking for that music video. The single's called Free. And yeah, Music is Funny podcast, RaelynNelsonBand.com. And at Raelyn Nelson Band on all the social media platforms.
My name is Julia Reyes, and I am an artist. I do murals and custom work, just kind of creative habitats in ways. So
You're inspired by nature?
I am inspired by nature. It's kind of my meditative part of my practice is to just sort of get out in nature, clear my head. So I like to learn about, the interconnectedness of different processes and in nature, and that factors in. It's not always very literal in my work, but it definitely factors into kind of my way of being. I did. I went to Mississippi State. I studied painting, and I kind of was always delving back and forth into interactive or installation artwork. So I've always wanted to take painting to kind of in a different, it's off the canvas a little bit. So as much as I love working on canvas, I've always had the desire to kind of transform spaces through painting. People usually it's word of mouth, and then someone will reach out either through Instagram or Facebook or email, or connected through someone. I work with a decorative painter in New Orleans a lot, and she's more in that side of things, which is not my main specialty, but we combine forces and kind of do projects together. Working with her, it definitely has made me think about that more, and also realize that how the possibilities that people can do with their spaces, and to see the different varieties of what people actually do and want to do in their space. I mean, it's kind of great. You can literally create whatever space you want, just no matter the size of your house or whether it's fancy or not. I feel like if you have something that you want to do with an intention or a feel, you can literally just create it, or find people that can, So that's been in talk for a while. There's some other artists who were kind of transforming and adding color as means of public art through a project, public arts program with Main Street. And so I'm supposed to be doing a couple different ones, but the idea, I wanted it to be, because they did want it to be loosely coastal, so I was trying to kind of create this kaleidoscope feeling of movement, where these birds and fish sort of transform in and out like a kaleidoscope. I've been kind of obsessed with the kaleidoscopes for a couple years now, but in different ways. So it's different painting on concrete, or any surface. I've realized that sometimes it's a challenge, whereas your normal way of approaching something might not be the same versus depending on the material. And so I've been really trying to figure out a way to keep consistency with that, and in the way that I enjoy painting, but also approach it in a way that's doable. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, with the way that you would paint, or figure it out in a different way, So it's been interesting. That's part is a fun challenge, I think, sometimes. So I would love to create, I have some ideas for some sort of installation mural pieces that I would really love to kind of delve in. And they're over here in my brain. But I kind of bounce between custom work that people want, and I like working with them to find their vision, but also it's me helping them, kind of a meld of two ideas, and I like that part. But I would love to do some pieces that are strictly, from start to finish, an idea that I have, get those in some spaces. So, and specifically movement, back to the kaleidoscope idea.
The changing,
yeah,
the flowing of it.
Yeah, so that would be a goal, alongside of just keep doing larger works like that. So
if people want to get a hold of you, how would they do so for any kind of mural or custom piece?
You can reach out to me on Instagram at Julia Reyes Art, and Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, or Reyes Studios LLC. I don't typically, Instagram is the best, or my email, juliareyesart@gmail.com. So yeah.
That's okay, me neither.
I can't snap, whistle, or wink. But try to do that at the same time. Try to snap, whistle, and wink at the same time. That's a good thing to do if you're at a table with a good variety of people. Good icebreaker.
That was enough for me to be able to sing.
I'm like, okay.
I love it.
But every time I see a really nice smooth wall, I'm like, wow, that's such a nice smooth wall.